How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Seff from theScore eSports here with Garett, the head coach of Splyce. Now, I just want to start out with the qualifier heading into the MLG because you guys came in at sort of the last minute to replace the Mongols, and you hoot and you hollered your way into an MLG spot. How was that for the team, and what was the atmosphere like right after qualifying?
Yeah, we're a very hot and cold team, so we basically strive off of momentum. So coming to the qualifier, we didn't have much time to prepare for it because we also had the one-day notice, and we flew out literally the next day. So we did as much preparation as we could at the hotel. So basically, we just went into it. We got lucky with the draw because obviously we played against CLG. We know them very well from online. Then we played Vex. Didn't know them very well. Watched some information on them, like some demos. Got an idea. Found out what they're weak on, what they're good on. And luckily, we got the stuff that we wanted. So basically, the cards played right for us. It just came down to, hitting the shots and obviously the momentum and us yelling and hollering and all that stuff. It's basically that, is a driving force for our team. Obviously, if we're down, don't get the chance to do it. So might not do as well. But, if you're hot and you're on fire and you got the momentum and you're hooting and hollering and Abe's wooing and all that stuff, then you just got to keep riding that momentum, because if not, then you might go down the gutter.
Now you do say your team was momentum-based, hot and cold. As a coach, how do you sort of ensure that momentum stays positive when things are going well, and if things are going badly, they don't fall too far into the sort of cold side?
Yeah, so basically when things are going well, I kind of add fuel to the fire. I'm just I make it worse. I get them more loud, just getting wooing all that stuff. We basically, if they're down, I'll yell and get them pumped up to get them, try to get back into it. If things are still going sour at that point, that's when you normally would call a timeout. Hey guys, let's simmer down, let's relax, get it back together. Then once you do that and you get those couple rounds and you get back into it, and then you start wooing and hollering again, hope that momentum rides over.
Now, heading into this major, you guys had a pretty tough group: Fnatic, FaZe, and of course Team Liquid. As a coach and for the team, what was sort of the preparation like before this major?
Well, coming to the major, we did a boot camp before we got here. The majority of the boot camp was meant for not necessarily working on the teams that we're going to be playing. We needed to work on a lot of our own, our own problems as a team. So we fixed a lot of that as well. But then, unfortunately, the maps we played in the event weren't the ones that we wanted. But we tried to do the best we could with it. Obviously, Fnatic is the best team in the world. They got knocked out here, but regardless, they need to get knocked out for the next 5 tournaments before they somehow dethroned. So that's a hard one to win on its own. And then when we played FaZe, we again, did the same kind of thing. We knew what they're like. They play very North American-ish in terms of their strategies and how they do things, but they were just hitting every shot, and we just weren't on at all, and we just got rolled over.
What was sort of the team atmosphere, the team expectation heading into this event, seeing as the group was as difficult as it was?
Coming to the event, also you need to do things step by step. So we're not going to come into the event and be our goal is to win the major. The first step is let's get our groups. So we felt we could do that. Obviously, we got unlucky with the draw, obviously getting Fnatic first. But, win or lose that one, we knew that we'd play FaZe or Liquid, and we'd have we have a chance on that, and then just go through that and then have a best of 3 with one of them. But obviously, it didn't work out that way. Fnatic ended up losing to Liquid, and then we just obviously didn't show up as we wanted to. So the goal at first was to break the group stage, and after that would be obviously round by round by round. So that was we didn't come in immediately thinking we're going to win the tournament. We had to come in step by step and use it as a learning experience.
Now you say learning experience. What sort of lessons did you learn, and as a coach, and did the team learn from their side playing the game that you guys can move forward and bring back to the future tournaments in the next couple weeks and months?
Yeah, for a lot of the guys, it's the first major tournament in general, right? So any experience, any kind of results that happen, win or lose, they're going to learn from it. They're going to grow from it as individual players and as just teammates in general. So obviously losing is not what you want. Everyone's going to be upset and down, but you got to take it as basically learning experience and go from it and basically try to become a better player rather than just going down. You got to grow with it. You got to come in with expectations. It sucks that you lost, but just use it to basically fuel the fire, get better, keep improving, and then try to get back here again. And next time you come by, you've had the experience and knowing what it's like. They didn't get a chance to play on the stage, so when you get next time you come to a major, next time you qualify for a major, you want to be I want to get on that stage, and then you basically do everything in your power to make that happen.
Now, now that you guys are able to sort of view the event, in the top 8, were you sort of surprised at how things have sort of played out so far? We've got Liquid in the top 4, Luminosity, Fnatic out, obviously, of the event. Yeah. Is that sort of, can you sort of give me your take on how this event has played out so far in terms of the top 8?
Well, I like the way this turned out just because I don't like seeing the same thing happen over and over and over again. I like kind of the upsets and the surprises. Obviously, Liquid and the American teams, like, and that whole side of the bracket, everyone will say, like, very fortunate bracket. Like, you have the upper bracket where, like, every match that was played could have been potentially the finals of the major. So, and then the bottom bracket is obviously weaker. So, LG is obviously the top team out of the lower bracket teams, which they've gone through so far as of now. But it's good to see a change. It's good to see some other teams get a chance and like actually get, like Liquid's going to be playing Luminosity, and one of those teams is going to make the finals of the major, and that's, I can't remember if LG made the major finals before, major finals. I don't think they have. So that's going to be good for them. Or Liquid, if they never made the major ever, got in close except for Hiko one time. So it's going to be fun to see either one of them against either Na'Vi or Astralis. But I'd rather see tournaments like that with a surprise rather than just Fnatic just steamrolling everyone by. Obviously, Fnatic had an off tournament, losing to Liquid, losing to Astralis. Not that they lost them and it's a bad thing. They got like beat. And, I'm not sure if it's like, they might be burnt out, who knows, or like Olaf's hand is like causing a problem, who knows. Either way, I always feel like once they lose that first tournament, everyone should be scared now because they're going to come back being like, you know what, it's time to show them who's boss again. So I'm glad the way it's turned out the way it has.
I just want to close on 2 more quick questions. Let's start with, famously, this MLG major had 4 American teams, you guys, Cloud9, CLG, Team Liquid. What does that bode for the future of North American CS and the growth of North American CS on an international level?
Well, it's like, especially from the minors, right? It's a good thing to see the American teams get by because, they beat maybe not the top tier 1 teams at the qualifiers, but like it just shows that like these teams that you watch online at the ESL Pro League over in Europe and all that stuff, like they're beatable. It's not like they're some juggernauts that we can't touch, right? Like you have the top teams like Na'Vi, Astralis, like Fnatic, those kind of guys. Everyone else, like, we never get a chance to really play them, so you don't really know where you stand. So now that Liquid and CLG and C9, like even us, like all these teams play them, you get to see, hey, these teams can beat them. They're not as good as we think they are. You got to use that and try to be like, okay, when we're closer than when we thought. And we got to use that to be like, hopefully use that as motivation to keep getting better, and eventually get to that next level where playing Astralis and Na'Vi and all of them is not like that, like, oh, we got to play these guys. Like now it's going to be like, you know what, let's give them a fight, let's go for it, because, LG's already there, Liquid's getting there, and everyone else, like CLG, like they put up a great run of this tournament, like they're not doing well online, but like knowing that they can beat these other teams, these like top teams, it just shows that, you know what, because they're not doing well online against American teams, like they do well against Europeans, so like they know they're not that far off, so it gives people more motivation and more, it gives more pride to like take your game to the next level to get to be against these guys more consistently against the top teams, basically.
And in that light, for you personally, what's the future holding for Splyce in terms of where your target is at for like the next couple months?
Well, we don't have a tournament for the next couple months, so our main focus right now is the ESL Pro League, because right now we're not doing too hot in it, and we need to get our record up. We're not going to make the playoffs. We don't want to get relegated. So our focus is mainly the online league and basically any kind of qualifiers that we can make. We didn't get a chance to make GMAC Austin. So we have to wait for the opportunities to come. So when they come, hopefully we're going to be ready for it. We have to just take what we learned from this event, get better, work on our issues, and then hopefully next time you guys see us, we'll be a lot better than what we showed.
Well, I'm certainly hope that those improvements come through, and we'll be seeing a lot more Splyce in the future. Best of luck, and thank you for taking the time.